What's going on, guys? Hope you are having a great day out there, guys. This is part 5 and hopefully the last installment of this video series on the new Kraton Talon. I was looking at the Italian, guys. The new Kraton XL build is a full M2C Beefcake XL build. And guys, the body has arrived. And like I said, this is the Chevy C10 long bed body. It's a Proline body. That is the part number if you're looking for one. And also got the new wing. Now, I believe this was the wing off of the Typhon. It's either the Italian or the Typhon. I can't remember which wing this is. But I ordered a new wing. And as you guys can maybe see here in the background, we got some paint. Yes, that's right. I'm sticking on the trend of bright colors. And we're going to make this a fluorescent orange. I was testing some backers with some different color backers with some smoke. I got some smoke. I'm going to smoke the windows this one. I'm going to try and do a little bit nicer job on this body than I did on the last one. Just kind of threw that together pretty quickly. It still came out pretty good. But I was trying the smoke background. I was trying a black background. I tried the white background. I also have red and blue. Now, obviously, with a fluorescent orange, it looked like the white backer was obviously the best choice for this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the body prepped and get it ready for paint. You know, a lot of people were telling me, you know, oh no, just paint the whole thing and then cut it out afterwards. I don't know why. I've tried that before, and with my non-painting skills, I always end up with scissors, scratching little spots on the inside of the body and all that. So I like cutting the body out first and cutting it and forming it and then painting it. That's just how I do it. Some people might say I'm wrong, but you know, again, that's how the hobby goes. Do it how you like. So I'm going to go get the body cut out, get her prepped, cleaned up with some rubbing alcohol. Also, guys, Kenny Alexander sent me some sweet stickers. Really cool. This is going to go on a new ramp. You guys will be seeing, or may have already saw. Trevor decided to pick up a little present for the channel, kind of, and he wanted to use it, obviously, his place. But we got a new ramp. So that'll be coming here, and a lot of fun with that. And that sticker's going to go on the new ramp. That was the point of what I'm saying. Anyway, enough babbling. I'm going to get the body cut out. I'll bring you guys back once I get it all cut out and prepped and cleaned up with some alcohol and get working on the body. On a quick side note, Proline, get your act together. Cut these stickers out, for God's sakes. Cutting these things out is so tedious. And for especially basher bodies, it's just a pain. I hate cutting out stickers and trying to make them look just perfect. Just cut them out for us, please. All right, I got the body all cut out. Got the inside prepped with alcohol. I'm not getting into sanding edges and all that crazy stuff because, guys, like I said before, it's a basher body, and they are very temporary on these cars. So I got the inside cleaned out with alcohol real good. Got it blown out with the air compressor. I'm going to go ahead and put on the inside window decals because I will actually be smoking the windows on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get these put on. I'll get the first few coats on. I'll bring you guys back once the body's, you know, getting close to being done. Well, the second coat is drying over there right now, and while I was waiting for that to dry, decided to put the wing on here. It fit up on there nicely. You know, I think it's going to look pretty proportional to the rest of it. Once the body gets on there, get a little better idea. But guys, hopefully this thing drives and handles as well as it looks, because I'm really stoked with how this thing is coming out. It's coming out really nice. It looks good, and can't wait to see what this rather bright orange body looks like when she's done. But I'll bring you guys back whenever I got the body finished up and kind of in place. Well, I got another coat on the body. I'm waiting for it to dry, and I'm going to put the white backer on it. But I also wanted to let you guys know I did get the body post mounted up on here on the front and the rear and the front mud guards. These are, the front ones are the stock ones that you can use off of your Kraton or whatever. The rear ones are the extra long body posts, and I think these are from the Outcast. Don't 100% quote me on that, but I do believe that's what these really long ones are from. So you will need those. All right, well, many hours later, I was in the midst of painting this thing and got this far, and I got called out on a service call. But as you can see, it is bright orange. I still have the stickers on the inside. I'm going to peel these off. I'm going to smoke the windows now, and maybe back those after I get them smoked with white. I'm going to see how it looks, but I don't have the plastic peeled off. It's going to get shinier and brighter, but definitely won't be missing this thing in the air. Well, guys, not perfect, but she came out looking pretty decent, I think. Got the clear off of it. Got my holes drilled in there for the body. We'll get her fitted up on there in a second. Started getting a few decals on here. Got, of course, the M2C Racing, Proline, and BRC. I'm sure a lot of you guys have checked him out. And Of course, a few of my own stickers. If you guys wonder why there's an EXP Realty sticker on it, that's because my sister is a realtor for them, and giving her a little bit of advertisement. But guys, she came out looking pretty sharp, I think. I'm pretty happy with it. Definitely bright. I'm really digging the killer. I mean, compared to like the green and stuff, this will definitely be a bright set of cars. Really digging it. So I'm gonna get her fitted up on the car here. Also, you can tell the smoked windows. I didn't go super heavy, but gave it a nice little tint to it. I think it looks pretty good. You can't see in there like it's clear, and I didn't want it completely black, but I think the smoke looks pretty good. All right, now after getting this thing actually on the car, this thing looks awesome. I think this thing looks really sharp. I mean, obviously, guys, any Kraton XL build, bodies, you were never going to find bodies, really, that fit perfectly, you know, the wheel wells. I've had people say that about my other Kraton XL going, the body doesn't really match up to the... Well, when you're mixing two different cars together, bodies aren't exactly a perfect fit all the time. That stuff doesn't bother me. The car looks awesome. I think the wing looks pretty good on there. I'm thinking almost maybe going with a shorter style wing mount on here, though, and bringing the wing a little bit closer to the back. But I don't know. I kind of dig it. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Well, all that's left now is getting the electronics in here. And they should be here hopefully tomorrow. They said here they were going to be arriving by Saturday. So I think it's left, guys, getting ESC and motor mounted up in here. And I got brand new pinion gears coming. I mean, pretty much 95% of this car is brand new, minus the A-arms on the front and the hubs in the rear. But everything else is pretty much starting from scratch. Oh, the shocks, of course, but redid those with the new valves and the M2C emulsion shock caps. But I think she's looking pretty beautiful, guys. So we'll carry this video on when I get electronics. All right, everybody. Well, as you can see, some electronics have arrived. And that's right, we're putting in the Hobby Wing Max 6 combo in here with the 4985 1650 kV motor. I've been running this motor in this combo in a few different cars, obviously in my other Red Bull and my Italian, and I love the power plant. For a bashing system, you just can't go wrong with this thing. They're very robust. They can really take a lot of beating, a lot of dings and bangs, and been really happy with this thing. So that's why I decided to put this in there. I do have a Castle motor. I might experiment at some point with either on this car or one of my other ones and test out that motor and see how I like it. But we are going to run this combo in here, and I also got a Robinson Racing 22 hardened pinion. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with the 20, 21, or 22, but it depends on the temps in your area also, because obviously if you're around a little cooler climates, you can go higher. You know, most of the summer days here are up in the upper 80s, mid 90s. So I figured a 22 is kind of a good medium for this time. It definitely gives it plenty of air control, but I'm curious to see what the setup and what this gearing is going to be like with these tires. Because like I said, I've never really ran these tires. I had them very temporarily on the Italian, but it had stock gearing and stock system. And to be honest, I hated these tires. But we're going to try it in a whole new platform with a whole different power system. So anyway, guys, this video, and hopefully should be the last installment of this. I'm going to get the electronics installed in here, and also got the body clips because we are missing those. So I'm going to get the body clips on the new body and get the electronics in there, and hopefully get her up and running and see how she rips around, at least maybe my back driveway area for a moment. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get started on this, and I'll bring you guys back when we're getting somewhere. Also, guys, gave the Sledge a little body makeover. Got a new body on this thing. I've always loved the orange and the black one. So I did that. I also got the orange wing on here because, of course, we got the orange A-arm inserts. So she's looking pretty sharp and fresh again. Ready for another bash. All right, well, we got the body clips on there. They all mounted up there nicely. I just use a drill bit first and then go a little bit bigger with the old body reamer there. And guys, this is the part number for the body clips. This is the AR390165. And these are the slightly smaller pins, which I like because they're so much easier to get in and out of these body posts. And I've never had any issues with them sliding in and out or falling out or anything. But I'm sure many of you know the struggle on getting these on and off sometimes. And these ones slide on and off so much easier. So do yourself a favor and pick up a set of these. You will appreciate getting your body on and off a lot more. That's always such a beautiful sight, pulling a nice, new, shiny, clean motor out of the package. Got the ESC. It's also nice they include some extensions on there if you got to extend your motor leads or anything. Also, guys, picked this up from Garage Life RC off eBay. Really great price on this combo. And he's also the one that makes the rear wing mount and stuff for the Trax sledge that I've been using on there. It's been holding up awesome. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead, get the motor mount pulled out of here, get the ESC mounted up on the M2C Racing motor plate, and get underway here. And one thing, guys, I'm sure many of you know, but this is the most important part of installing a new pinion or any pinion on your motors. Clean the grub screw. I sprayed some alcohol here, alcohol, carb cleaner, something, and degrease this grub screw really good and the hole on your pinion, and then apply your Loctite and let that Loctite dry for a minimum of 24 hours before you run this thing, or you will have it fall off. All right, guys, we got the motor mounted up on here. My mesh is just beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see that little bit of play in there, but she sounds and rolls butter smooth. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the plate off here, get the ESC mounted up, and she'll be running in no time here. Okay, well, we got the ESC mounted up to the M2C Racing plate. Everything fit up beautiful. I used the 3M double-sided tape on the bottom of the ESC and then mounted up with the 4 screws, of course. Everything fit up beautifully, and then I double stick taped the 3M tape with the power button, which is nice that M2C Racing added this little spot here to be able to add to your power button, which is really nice. Everything fits up great. So there's also a spot there if you want to use a zip tie on it also. I usually just use the double-sided tape on these. They seem like they've been holding up pretty well, so what I'm going to go with for now. But guys, she's ready to go in. Just like that, she is all fitted up. Got the ESC mounted up. Everything fit on here beautiful. All my links for the wires were just perfect on here. Got the ESC hooked up to my receiver. Got to get this thing programmed up, get the ESC programmed. But first, I got to get a battery connections on here. So I'm going to solder up an EC5 on here. I'm just going to do a single connector because that's what I do on all my Success cars. I'm going to measure the length dot, cut it, get the EC5 on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that mounted on there. Get my side skirt back on, and hopefully next these wheels will be turning. For anybody that saw this stuff sitting in a dish and wondered what are those, these are some new prototypes from M2C Racing for the Traxxas sledge. All the new input cups, and guys, these things are just beautiful, the work they did on these. I'm going to get these mounted up on my sledge here. I did just get the new drive shafts mounted up, the Beefcake drive shafts from M2C Racing on the sledge, and next I'm going to get these new drive cups installed on all the diffs, and because this has definitely been the drive shafts and these drive cups have been a major weak spot on the car, so this should definitely be a huge improvement. And if you notice one thing different about this cup, like I said, these are the prototypes. You're going to see how this works out. But as you can see, the whole diff cup, if it'll focus, is not open. So the idea, obviously, is to hopefully keep that diff cup from splitting and add a little extra strength in there. And we'll see how these work out. Really excited to get them fitted up. And about 15 minutes later, she is ready to roll, guys. The thing I got to do is fire this up and program DSC. But I do have a Hobby Wing programming card on here, which is really nice and easy. I mean, it's easy to do it through your main button too, but this is definitely far easier. I mean, you just unplug your fan, plug this into it, make all your changes, unplug it, you're ready to roll. But I'm going to go ahead and get my endpoint set on the ESC and get it programmed up to my transmitter. And next, it's not raining outside at the moment, so it's going to give this thing a little rip around. Not quite sure if I forgot some screws somewhere. The only thing I needed here left is this right here, the receiver box. The rest of this is all extra screws that came with stuff or screws that I changed out for new. So got a few extra spare screws. You know, it's always good to have. I got bottles of these things laying around, guys. They're very handy to keep those weird ones and just extra ones because you never know when you're going to need it. All right, well, she is all complete. We even got a battery strapped up in her here. I went ahead, got my connector put on, my EC5 brand new connector on there. I did have to make a little adjustment on my steering arm. I had to pull it back off and center these tires a little bit and adjust this front steering link because it was all out of whack for some reason. But I got the programmer hooked up to it. The only thing I changed was I turned the punch up one percentage. You know, one went from whatever it was 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 or whatever. Turned the punch up just a tiny bit, and we're going to see how she runs here. But get her fired up. Got the fan running. Got our beeps. Steering works great. These servos, these power WP23 kilogram servos, guys, these things have been awesome. I think it was Rich Duper Bash was the one that told me about these, and I've been running them in the cars now, and I mean, for bashing especially, they are awesome. They're not the fastest in the world, but y'all guys all know my conversation and my opinion on fast servos with bashers. Like, I honestly don't get it. I mean, I know you want some speed, but that's not the important part. The important part is getting something that can take those hard hits, chassis slappers, and keep on steering. But steering's working. We got our forward. I'm not going to hit reverse because it'll probably zip off and hit my truck. But I'm going to slap the body on this thing and take this thing outside. We'll give it a quick little rip around. I don't know how much power I got in this 4,000 milliamp LiPo, but we're going to give her a run. All right, guys. Well, I'm on the GoPro now, so I haven't done anything. Just brought it out the door and... Wow. Well, I don't think these tires are going to get much traction, at least on pavement. I'm curious to see if these things are on dirt. This thing is like a drift machine right now. But wow, I can't even get on full throttle without this thing. Whoa. I can't get it on full throttle without it just spinning out. I can only get about a quarter, maybe close to half. Jeez, oh man. Guys, I think she's going to be a lively one. Well, guys, she is definitely a lively one. Power, it is not lacking. And traction, maybe a little bit. But I am running on concrete, and that's not really where this thing belongs. So I'm going to give these tires a fair shot in the dirt. We're going to take it down to the BMX track, a motocross track somewhere, and give her a rip and see how I like the tires on that kind of terrain. I'm going to take along either say the 4S backflips or the 6S backflips with me to throw on here if these tires are total trash on the dirt. But we are going to give them a shot and see how they work out. But everything came out beautiful, guys. There's going to be a couple little minor changes I'm going to make to this thing. Number one is I got to get a proper steering arm. I don't like this one, the way that it clamps down. I just don't. I'm not loving it. I feel like this is going to give me a problem if these wheels take a hard hit. This arm is going to strip out rather easily. I don't like this one. So I am going to get a new one of those, and I might decide to go with the EXB rear A-arms on this thing because these ones got a slightly different angle, and the way that the shocks hit them is off. Because I was looking at my other Kraton XL, and the geometry is slightly different. Now, I don't know if I possibly ordered the wrong A-arms, but the package says Kraton 6S, so I don't know, guys. Also, whenever you guys see this video, yes, I missed a very important step on body painting. I got in a rush, and I forgot. And this is why the paint is coming off. I forgot to rough up the inside of this body. I did not give it a nice rough surface to stick to, because usually I grab a green Brillo pad and rough it up. Don't forget that step, guys. Don't be like me and have your bodies like this. I don't really care because I know this body's probably only going to last a half dozen bashes or so before I got to replace it anyway. It's just the nature of really hard hits. These bodies all tend to crack in here or back in here. So anyway, probably going to be the only changes I'm going to really make to this thing is possibly the tires, the steering arm, and the rear A-arms at some point. But we're going to take it out the way it is. Really love it. The handling feels good. Definitely not lacking in power. So we're going to take this thing out, give her a good bash, and see how she performs, guys. But she's finally complete, and all in all, I think she came out pretty awesome looking. What do you guys think? I'm really happy if I could get this body on there. Really happy with the looks of this thing and the way that it came out. Really dig the body color. Like the smoked windows in here. They came out pretty nice, and she's just beautiful. And guys, I want to send a huge shout out, a big thank you to M2C Racing for just putting together some awesome kits for this Kraton XL beefcake build, and the quality of all the parts. I'm just really happy with everything, and she came out beautiful, and I cannot wait to go out and give this thing a proper whooping. And guys, we are not going to be easy on this thing. Either we're going to bust out the new ramp with Trevor, or go on a motocross track and just beat the snot out of this thing and see how she holds up on the next couple bashes. But, and you guys that have made it to this, what is this, part 5 of the build, and you guys have come along this far, big thank you to all you. I always appreciate the support. And everybody dropping comments down there. I like chatting with everybody about their ideas and thoughts and opinions on things, because a lot of times, you know, what you're doing isn't always the best way. There's a lot of great ideas out there from people. So, but that's going to do it, guys. So until next time, y'all, be safe, be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.